Okay, Dungeons and Dragons. Dragons and Dungeons, however you want to say it, as D&D for me. I actually have a pretty interesting history with Dungeons and Dragons in general. I was prior Air Force, ended up going into Med-Hold, medical discharge, a story for another day. As I was in Med-Hold for like 2 months, like we had no TV, no music, all we had was like books and shit, and I wasn't that much of a reader back in the day. So a lot of the guys that I was in Med-Hold with, they played Dungeons and Dragons, and I was always like, what the hell are y'all doing? Like, what is this? What are y'all doing? Sitting around with papers and writing out stories and stuff, and got these numbers and moves and everything, and I'm just like, I'm lost. I don't understand what's going on here. Help the boy out because it seems pretty interesting. But one of the guys that I'm with, still good friends with today, he pretty much explained it to me. So he was up like all night when we were supposed to be sleeping. We was up 10, 11, 12 o'clock talking about Dungeons and Dragons, and he was teaching me everything about it. So that next day when I finally got into it, I was like, yo, let me in the game. Your boy's about to play. I want to do this. Everybody looked at me like I'm weird. Like, you know, dude, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what's going on. It's dropping a Dungeons and Dragons game. E3 is happening, guys. They're doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what this is supposed to be. What is it? Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance. I need to see this because I'm like, what y'all doing? What are y'all doing? So, you know, let's not talk too much. Y'all are here for the reactions, and that's what I'm doing, bringing them to you guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. I hope it's not turn-based. I mean, of course, the majority of it is turn-based if you ever played D&D before, like, you know, on paper. But, you know, I just want to see what this is about.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
It is not turn-based. Let's go.
The non-stop, heart-pounding, kill everything that moves action brawler with co-op.
With co-op? Hold on. Hey, yo, he's poke that man.
Dark Alliance takes place in the frigid world of Icewind Dale. You might need to take a sweater. You will explore varied and iconic locations in the frozen north, including Calvin's Cairn, this is it, the Hinterlands, and Dwarven Valley. Here lies the ancient and powerful Crystal Shard. If it falls into the wrong hands, darkness could blanket this realm. So naturally this power attracts legendary monsters, and they've formed a Dark Alliance.
And this game looks good!
They set aside their differences to capture the shard and its powers. You and your party are the only ones standing in their way.
Oh,
so God! The party. This is Drizzt. He's fast, he's powerful, he's got 2 Zs in his name, and as a trick he does at parties sometimes, he can summon this big gal.
Oh,
Catty Bree. Ranged or up close, she's in control of the battlefield.
Hey, yo, that's probably who I'll run.
Do that. Wulfgar. He's the muscle. Big hammer. Big
I'm lying.
Power.
Maybe not.
Big everything? Who's to say? Bruna, the protector.
Yeah, I've never been too hyped on this.
He can take a beating, but he'll give one back.
Sent that man flying.
In Dark Alliance, combat is everything.
And with the feet,
Each
bro!
hero has over 50 moves and abilities to unlock, which is only slightly more than myself. I have 49 and a half. If you think that sounds too hardcore, it's not for me. Don't worry, we've created an emergent combat system that will easily have your character switching between the most epic attacks in the game. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, you're right.
If you do want to get hardcore, and who doesn't sometimes, there's a lot to master.
Oh, the counter! The parry!
Heavy and special attacks that can be chained together into powerful combos.
Oh, God.
That's not me.
Yeah, I'm gonna run this with the boys,
and counters
man.
to defend against the hordes of enemies.
We're doing this.
I'm just gonna warn you though, these attacks and counters deplete your stamina, which you definitely don't want to run out of mid-combat. Trust me, I've done it. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is.
Then there are more powerful abilities and ultimates that deplete your ultimate meter. That gets filled the better you do in combat. There's also attacks like empowered strikes, which can deal devastating critical damage on a successful hit.
Ah!
The enemies. Look at these a-holes right here. I bet they didn't get enough hugs as baby goblins. Throughout your journey, you're going to run into over 30 different enemy types. And of course, if you're fighting minions, that means there's bosses. Big bosses. Huge bosses, which is like big bosses but bigger.
Hell, it's about to be so dope. This is gonna be so dope. I cannot wait to play this game. Whoa, here we go with the dragon.
Take on any boss in the army and any
come
order you
on.
want, although I'd start with this one because he threw mud at me. The gear. What's D&D without loot to grab, collect, and make your own? As you level up your character, you can level up your gear, decking out your hero at base camp.
And it changes! Yes! Look, I'm really big on getting gear and it changes. It physically, you can physically see the gear.
Here. If you
no
want
microtransactions,
gear, you need
thank
to
you.
earn it one
Yes,
battle at a
everything
time,
you do,
the way
you
my
earn it.
grandmother did. The co-op. You can absolutely take on this adventure on your own, but sometimes stabbing evil creatures with pointy weapons is just more fun to do with friends. It's a well-loved social activity. Dark Alliance was made to be played with others, so you can jump into a quick play or make a custom game all your own. When you play together, you unlock new attacks and abilities for your team. Each hero has a unique way to trigger team attacks.
This is gonna be crazy! This game is fire.
Wow,
this is some
that
heat
looks
right
very
here.
intense. And
Oh
everyone
man,
has
this is
their
some
own
heat.
special attack, dealing out devastating damage. But be warned, the
And it
bigger your
looks
team
good.
gets, the tougher the
Like this game
monsters
looks
become.
so good. We've come a long way, guys. We've come a long way.
Well, we hope you enjoyed hearing about Dark Alliance. And remember, if you find yourself in possession of the crystal shard that gives you ultimate power, because it happens.
Yeah, I might
to be
use the
a dick
archer bow.
about it.
I mean, I don't think it's the archer. You got close range attack. Wow, dragons.
Dungeons and
Dragons. Dark
Dragons.
Alliance.
Dark
That-
Alliance.
This year! This year! Yes! Let's go! Oh, man! Definite. PS5. I mean, PS4 and PS5. Oh my gosh! This game is coming out this year. Is that June? Pre-order! How did I miss that? It's coming out this month. It's coming out this month. Oh my gosh, that is soon! Oh man, this is gonna be crazy! I can't wait for the game to drop. Can't wait for that. I'm pre-ordering it, not now when I get paid, but yes!